Hello, John Neal here. Oh look, it's a long story, won't go into it now. So good to see you. That is, you can see me but I can't see you, so it's nice for you to see me. That doesn't sound right. Right, I'm going to do some calligraphy today. Here it is, a thank you card using these pens, and I'll stick that on and show you how to cut and do all that. Okay, let's press on. I'm going to show you how to do this. There's an orange writing which is all broken, which I think looks rather nice, and then a more formal black thank you that way up, and that will get stuck onto this card, and I'll show you the best way of doing that. Right, first things first, this pen I have put a sticker on, which is just a piece of masking tape, and marked the colour of the pen on it, because if you don't do that, you don't know what colour it is. So that one's orange and that one's black. Let me just show you the black one, the techniques I'm going to use. Now, as I've said before, you need to hold the pen exactly like this with your fingers, 3 fingers around it. Don't hold it like this. There are some people hold them those ways and they get away with it. This is my preference, is to hold it like this. And it's not going to be finger movement, it's going to be arm and wrist movement. So use as much of your arm and your hand as you can when you work, particularly with this quite large writing. Now, this pen produces a 6mm from there to there is 6mm apparently, because that's what it says on the top. And you have to work out for yourself really how big that's going to be when it comes to your letters. So a letter A, if I do one this shape, I think that is the right sort of size for what we want. And when you use these pens, make sure you sit it flat on the paper. Don't start lifting it if you don't want to. So I've done this before and you can clearly see that's a beautiful line. That's the thickest way. And when you go this way, it will go thin. So when you go thin and thick, you get letter A or a V, a little bit more like that. And you'd also get the lovely curved shapes which go from thick to thin. You can also do very good flourishes like that. So just practice, just mess about, put all these things down and play about with this pen. Right, the next thing I want to show is simply the lifting off, because when you bring the pen down, you can lift it and the corner produces a very thin line. Now I've lifted that to the left, and let me do that once more. Down and then lift to the left. And as you lift, you do get this rather nice curve there, just by simply lifting it off. And then you can pull it round a little bit. Do stuff like that if you want. You can lift it the other way. And this is her lifting off to the right. And you see I did that and stopped, so I've got a square. But if you do it gently, you get, again, a nice curved shape there. I must admit I don't often use that way. I usually go that way when I do it. For instance, the letter E. You could do that, or letter N. Or an H. nice. So what I'm going to do next is to, let's just see if we can lift. Notice I'm going diagonally across to get the thickest pull on the, is to lift it one side then the other. You do it different ways, you keep the same direction, but it produces this lovely sort of random car track effect. And that's what I'm going to use for the first word. So I'm going to put thanks on that way on the card, and then I'm going to turn it this way and write thank you that way up, as you can see on here. So that's in orange with that broken style. That's that way up with the black, nice and formally. Right, in order to do that, this is A4 paper. I'm going to just fold it in half to make it a 5. So let's see if we can just get thanks across there. If you want to practice a little bit first, you can just get the length. So we've got to go from there to there. So you could, if you wanted to, just work out exactly, very quickly, that seems to fit. So that sort of height seems to work. And then you just have to go for it. And if it doesn't work, it's only a bit of paper, you can start again. Because this is going to get stuck onto the card. It doesn't matter if this is wrong, because you can do this again. But once you've got it right, then you stick it onto a nice piece of card. Okay, so I'm going to start well over this height. Frequently I run out of space and have to squash up. So let's go right over here and let's just go. I'm holding the pen a little bit more round to the horizontal, but let's just start lifting and rocking quite like that. And then I'm turning the pen a little bit more this way, so it's not just at 45 degrees. And the letters are not all going to be the same height, so the T's up there, the H is down there. You can play about with the A by bringing that a little bit further down if you want. Let's go this a little bit higher up. A little bit more there. Right, K and S. Let's make a nice background to the black letters, which I'm going to finish this off with. Just rock it backwards and forwards. Now I'm going to do one of these S's that just goes down like this. No, I'm going to pull them back in. Here we go. That's nice. Okay, that's in orange. And then let's turn it this way and do the formal stuff. Let's just show you again. So this is going to be more along the lines of the, it's such a good pen. Look at that beautiful line. This sort of writing. So just having a little practice to get the idea right. So that looks good. Here we go. So thank you. You can sort of see where it's going to go. You need to have a bit of a vision. Now you can work around these pieces. I'm going to put the Y in there. Now, you can't push up easily with these, so I've come down to here. Then I'm going to use the corner and come round like that. It's nice to not make a join there as well. That's it. Right, I'm now going to stick this onto here and make it very, very neat, and I'll show you how to do it. This is some quite thick card that I got, printed specially that way around with a nice line on there. But you can just use some regular card and fold it in half. You're going to cut it along these edges to make it really nice and sharp. The folded edge here, of course, you're not going to cut. So that is where we've got to match that right up to there. But first, let's cut this in half and on with the magic machine. And that's one of these DAHLE 507. I'll put a note down below. They're about £30. I find them very, very useful because you can definitely get a very nice, clean, square cut. In fact, I slightly missed the fold there. And that produces a really nice cut. That is nice and square. Right. Now, I'm going to stick that on there and make that side on that fold absolutely dead on. This is the glue I'm using, which is called Ultra Stick non-toxic clear glue pen. You can use Pritt Stick, any glue that you particularly want. I've started it going, so you've got to make sure you go right into the corners on the edge there. You don't want to make a mess on your table. Put some of the paper underneath. Right into the corner. Then once you've got enough glue on, make sure you're the right way up, and then get the folded edge very, very clearly on that left hand side straight. Okay, just keep everything clean. Couple of little marks there which I'm not happy with, but there you go. Now, if you work carefully with this machine, it will cut. You see, it just overlaps here completely. So all I'm going to do now is cut these edges really nice and sharp. Start with the folded edge, put that up there square. Cut that nice and clean. That one, to be honest, is pretty good. And I can't get any closer to this logo I'll put on it. But this edge I'm going to take off. Right, make sure it's square, nice and slowly. And there we have it. Right, that is now nice and clean on there. Pretty neat, I think, as a card. Okay, great. Just slightly annoyed by those two marks. I wonder if I'll use one of my white pens and dab them out. They are. Problem solved. Well, there you are. I hope you found that interesting and useful. These pens are really very good. They're very easy to use, but you just got to make sure that you sit them on the paper properly and then have a practice. And then actually you get different sizes, but I rather like this size for this sort of work. It works extremely well. If you have any other suggestions for calligraphy projects or songwriting projects, do let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, thank you, and also give the little bell a ding, and that means you'll get notification of what's going on. So until the next time, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye. I've run my race, I found my place, I'm on my way, I'm coming home. It's been quite some time, I hope you don't mind. I'm on my way, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming